Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Ithaqua's Bane bringing you gaming goodness, and this is our, I suppose you would say, our third milestone video. Yes, this is video number 300 that I've uploaded to the channel. So before we look at the game in question for today's video, I would just like to take a moment to thank each and every one of you, subscribers, viewers, likers, commenters. I appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you very much for allowing me to have this channel and upload these videos. And hopefully we will upload more, get more subs, more viewers, earn a bit of money, hopefully. But yeah, let's get on with today's game. Right, for my previous milestone videos, numbers 100 and 200, I have featured games by Todd Sanders, one of my favorite designers. And for number 300, we're doing the same thing. We've got another game from Todd Sanders, a free print and play game. It is actually a 9-card mini game. If you are a fan of games like Iron Helm, Tin Helm, Mini Rogue, Chainmail, possibly even Desolate, these other kind of small card games, this may appeal to you. And it is a fun little mini adventure game. It's called the Land of Enin. What do you get in this game? What do you get when you download the PDF, which is available free on Board Game Geek? I'll put the link down in the description below. Well, the first thing you're going to get is the rules. Now, the rules come as one single page. Let's move the box over there. So all the rules are here. Now, if you print this on a piece of paper, you can actually fold it into a quarter size, and that can actually fit inside this box, which again is available to download for free from Board Game Geek. Piece of advice, if you print this, I recommend printing the lower part of the box just a little bit less than 100%, because if you print it at 100%, it's extremely tight with the top. But yeah, anyway, the one page of rules you can basically just fold, and that will fit inside the box, no problems whatsoever. The cards themselves come in two versions. You have a standard version where the cards are actually fairly large. They're larger than normal playing cards, so you may have to look around for larger card sleeves if that's what you want to do. What I've done is I've actually mounted these on this mounting board, this mounting card, just to make them a bit more durable. And again, these fit very nicely inside the box. But there are 9 cards that you will print for the standard size, but there is also a mini version where you have all the cards on one sheet. And these are basically standard playing card size. So what you can do, if you want to use sort of a standard sort of tuck box and standard sleeves, just print out the mini one. The text will be a little bit smaller, obviously. That's why for the video I'm going to be using the larger cards. But yeah, this is a nice addition to the file, is to have this sort of mini version as well. However, I would like to recommend a change. Now, this game was released in 2012, so it's been around for a while. But I think if this sort of single page layout was changed, I think it could be a bit better. And what I would suggest is doing it something like this. You are going to have 5 location cards that you are going to explore in order for you to fulfill your quest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the game says for you to put them in a line if you're cutting them out as cards. But if you print out the mini version on a single sheet of A4, you can keep it like this, but just place them like that. Because as you're traveling, you can move from one card to the next card, and you have to do it in this order, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for example, you can't move from number 4 to number 2. You have to go to number 3 and then from 3 to 4. It also states to put the character card, which is this blue one, at the start, before the 5 locations. I don't see why that is necessary, to be honest, but I've just put it here. In the center, we have our treasure card, where we can roll up any treasure that we find. And then the last 2 cards down the bottom, these are our encounter cards. So in total is 9 cards, but like I say, I think just a little bit of rearrangement on the page instead of, I don't know, it looks pretty random. But arranging them like this allows you to just print out this and play straight away. No need to cut them out if you need to. But we, as I say, we are going to be using the larger cards versions. Now, you are also going to need a D6, 1 or recommended 2 D10s, and you're going to need a bunch of cubes. What is the exact breakdown for the cubes? You are going to need 10 black cubes, 2 yellow, 1 red, 1 blue, and 1 green. Now, it does say here wooden cubes, but mine are plastic. It's okay, it's fine. It also says you're going to need a Meeple adventure. There you go, there's my Meeple. You can use a figure or some other token, and this is just going to represent your character as you're moving from one location to the next. Now, what are you trying to do in this adventure game? Well, you are trying to find a lost book. And with this lost book, it's going to give you the power to create your own kingdom. In order to find the book, you've got a number of other quests to do. And you have to do them in order because some of them require previous items to achieve. Let's read the intro, shall we? You've grown up with the outrageous tales of your forefathers. Your Uncle Jack, the golden goose thief, your mother's second cousin, Jack the giant teaser and Lima bean eater, and Grandpa Jack, who had that thing about jumping over candlesticks. And now it's your turn to set out and find fortune in the land of Enin. One fateful day, an enchanted sheep or pig, you're not quite sure on the details, all those enchanted talking animals look alike after a while, saunters up and tells you about a lost book of magic that will gain you a kingdom of your own, if only you can find it. Talking sheep and pigs. Right. So what we have to do in this game is to journey through the locations and essentially fight creatures, gain treasure, and collect these quest items. So first of all, we have to steal a key from the town elders. Now, to get the key, you have to go to location 3, the Nye Towns. Now, this location, actually, I'll use the actual cards because this isn't very clear. So we'll bring the actual cards into play here. They're a little bit clearer. So, 1, 2, 3. So, the Nye Towns, this is where you can try and find the key. Then it says, to sweet talk a watchword from an old witch woman. That is, location 2, the Wood of Weir. So that's where you can try and find the watchword. Now, each of these sort of quest items, you've got to make a roll. You'll find that this game is fairly reliant on good dice rolling. Yeah, you know how that's going to turn out for me, right? Once you have the key and the watchword, you can then rescue the maiden from a goblin tower, which is location 1, the Iron Hills. Then you can return her to her royal father, who's going to give you a magic lodestone. Again, you've got to roll to see whether you can achieve this. And then once you have the magic lodestone, you can find your way through the tombs of Nuv and the Lost Wastes and search for the lost book. And win your kingdom, all while battling monsters aplenty, finding treasure, magic items, and generally questing about. So what you'll find is that these locations generally have 2 sections. At the top, you'll have some kind of encounter check or event check to see what happens when you enter that area. Once you've gone through and done whatever that tells you, you can then attempt to fulfill that part of the quest, whether it's finding the lost book in the Lost Wastes, whether it's returning the princess to the king in the Darkling Crags, donk, whether it's stealing the key from the Nigh Towns, getting the watchword from the witch, or rescuing the maiden from the tower. So you'll find that there are multiple things on each location that you need to do. Now, this game will involve you moving around those locations, overcoming the encounters, doing what it says, and then attempting to get those quest items one by one in the order that you need them. Now, the other cards, let's start with the encounter cards. There are 2 encounter cards because there's too many creatures for just one card. So what you'll find is on some of the locations, it will tell you to go to either encounter 1 or encounter 2. That's what these are, encounter 1 card, encounter 2 card. And then you'll roll to find out what creature you're going to fight. Now, you'll also have different levels. Level 1, level 2, level 3. And this depends on what level your character is at any specific time. I'll go through that in a second. Now, for each creature, you're basically being given 3 values. The first is the attack value that you need to roll equal or higher in order to defeat them. The second number is the amount of damage you take if you fail to equal or if you roll equal or greater than their attack. And to do that, what you're actually going to do is roll 2d10 and then add any bonuses that you have. If you roll less than that number, you take the damage. If you roll equal or higher, you overcome it, you succeed, and then you get the third number, which is the amount of XP. Now, XP is going to be tracked on the character sheet, and that is how you level up. Again, we'll go over that in a second. It'll also tell you whether you can get treasure or not from that certain batch of monsters. And you've got minotaurs, bone jellies, shadow mages, shrikes, djinns. There's a whole bunch of creatures that you can find. What else? Okay, we have a treasure card. So again, if you defeat monsters, sometimes you can find treasure. Sometimes on the locations, you can also find treasure. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so here on the Lost Wastes, if you roll a 7 to 9, you can roll on the treasure table. So here you'll roll a d10 to find out what you get. If you get a 10, you can get a magic item, which is going to be really, really powerful. Well, for this game at least. And the last card is your character card. Now, the character card has a bunch of information on here. It has a number of tracks. Now, 2 of these tracks are going to be multi-use. So the first one here on the left, this is where you're going to keep track of your hit points and your luck. Now, we mentioned earlier that you're going to need some wooden cubes. Well, this is where you're going to be using the majority. So let me just get the cubes out. So, to represent your hit points, you're going to use a red cube. And when you start the game, you're going to roll a d6 plus 4, and that represents your starting health or your starting hit points. So let's do our character. We roll a 5 plus 4 is 9. So I put the red cube on the 9. That represents my hit points. That's a good start. Move that out of the way. Also on this track, it's also going to keep track of your luck. Now, luck are points that you can use to modify your dice rolls. Every point of luck allows you to increase or decrease by 1 point when you're doing things such as combat. Now, your starting luck is d6. Oh, wow, 5. This is a bit of a lucky dice, right? So we're starting with 5 out of a maximum of 6. Okay. Now, both of these things can actually go up to 10. You're not limited to your starting value as being the maximum. Both of these things can go up to 10. They can go down as well, yeah? If your health goes to 0, you're dead. You lose. Okay, the second track, this double track here with the yellow, this is going to represent, again, 2 things. First of all, your experience. Now, you're going to use one of your black cubes to represent your experience, and you're going to start with 0, level 1. And then you're also going to use a yellow cube to represent your gold, and again, you're starting at 0. So you just stack them on top of each other. Now you're also going to need another black and yellow cube because the second part of the track are the 10s. So let's say, for example, I find lots of gold, I get 12 gold. So what I will do is I will get 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now for your XP, for your experience, when you get to 20 experience, you become level 2. What that does, it gives you +1 to your attack rolls, and it also gives you a boost of +1 hit point. However, it doesn't take it above 10, yeah? So it's a kind of like a heal. Another thing is that when you are doing monster fights, yeah, with the encounters with the monsters, depending on your level determines the kind of monsters you're going to face. So as you increase in level, get better attacks, maybe you've found some magic items, you've got some potions, the creatures that you face will also get more deadly, yeah? So it has a good kind of balance. Another thing is that when you're trying to do your quest items, again, the higher level you are, the higher chance you have of actually rolling for the item. So for example, here when you try to rescue the maiden, if you try when you're level 1, you've got to roll a 1 to 3 on a d10. If you're level 2, so in other words, if you have earned 20 or more experience, you have to roll a 1 to 5 on a d10. If you've got to level 3 and still haven't rescued the maiden, there's something wrong. Level 3, when you've earned 40 or more XP, you need to roll a 1 to 6 on a d10. And it's the same with all these quest items. You'll see that the chance of you achieving it goes up as you increase your level as well. Okay, so what else do we have on here? Let's move those out of the way. Okay, so the last kind of track here is where you keep... this is where you keep note of the quest items that you need to find, the key, watchword, maiden, and lodestone. So again, you'll be using black cubes to actually mark the quest items as you find them. You'll also need a green cube, and this is going to be put on your character if you ever get poisoned. Now, being poisoned can happen if you take damage from a creature and the damage number is in a green circle. That represents damage plus you've been poisoned. And when you're poisoned, you get a -1 to your attack. Now, I don't think that stacks, so you're not going to end up with like a -10 if you get poisoned 10 times. The gameplay works as follows. Every turn has 2 phases. The first phase is travel, where you move from one location to another, and you have to do that every turn. You can't stay in one location. The second thing is your questing. So during the questing phase, the first thing that you do is you do the top part of the card. Normally it's some kind of roll to see whether you've encountered something, whether you found something, whether you've rested. There is one exception, and that is here. The Nye Towns. This doesn't have that roll to see whether you encounter creatures and stuff. Basically, this is like a safe spot that you can move to sort of recuperate. There are still 2 options here. You can either try to steal the key, which is your quest action, or you can visit the marketplace to buy any one item. So you've got potions of healing, potions of strength, potions of fate, and a map of Enin, which allows you to move to any location during your movement phase. But all the other locations will basically have some kind of encounter roll. And then once you've overcome that, you can then, if you want to, try to do the quest. Next turn, you have to move to another location. And again, go through the encounter. If you need to, attempt the quest again. Now, this game really does focus a lot on rolling good dice. So far, I've played this a whole bunch of times. I don't remember ever succeeding at level 1. You know what my dice rolls are like. I would say that 90%, no, maybe not 90, maybe 80% of the time I've succeeded the quest when I've been level 2. But there have been maybe 20% of the time where I've made it at level 3. It really does depend on your dice rolling. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the cards, and I'll show you how the game plays. I don't think it will be a complete playthrough, but at least I'll show you how the game actually functions. Right, this is the basic setup. The game actually says to put the character card at the front here, at the start of all the location cards, which go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, if you want to do the micro version, I do recommend rearranging the cards so that the locations do kind of follow each other. But I don't see any reason for that, so what I've done is I put the character card down here. So we've got locations 1 to 5, we've got the character card, treasure card, and we have our 2 encounter cards. So we start by rolling up our stats. So our hit points, which is going to be represented by our red cube, we start off with d6 plus 4. Now that it's actually the actual game, so we start with 5, sorry, start with d6 plus 4. So I've got 5 health, 3, we've got 3 luck, this isn't good. We start off with 0 experience, black cube, and 0 gold, yellow cube. Now we are going to need another 2 cubes for the tens track as well. We'll also be needing cubes to represent the quest items that we find and also poison, but we're ready to begin. So we are going to roll. Okay, so your starting location with your meeple, you don't actually start on your character card. You have to actually roll to see which location you start at. So again, it's on the character sheet here. So on a 1 to 4, you start at location 1, a 5 to 6, location 2, 7 to 8, location 3, 9 to 10, location 4. So we're rolling a D10, we're starting at location 6, which is location 2. So we're actually starting at the Wood of Weir. Now, if you're familiar with Todd Sanders games, you may know that there is a series of games based in the Wood of Weir. Now, once you've placed your meeple or your token or your model in your starting location, the game doesn't actually say whether you have to do the encounter and the quest on that card or whether you have to start by moving to another card. I'm going to assume that you have to actually do the location that you start with. That counts as your first turn, so that moving to that card counts as the traveling phase. So where are we? We're in the Wood of Weir, so we have to deal with this possible encounter. And then it says here, you visit the hut of the old witch woman to learn the watchword to the tower. Be honeyed with your words and use all flattery at your command. Now, for this one, you don't actually have to do anything before. You don't actually have to get the key first before you get the watchword. But you need both of these before you can rescue the maiden, take to the father, and then go to the Lost Wastes. So I can actually try and get this quest item straight away. But we've got to go through this first potential encounter first. So we're going to roll a d10 to see what happens to us. We get a 10. Rest and arise refreshed. Gain 1 hit point. Oh, thank you. So now we're at 6. That is a good start. Right, so we've gone through that. Now we can try to get this quest item. So we're going to try and talk to this witch woman. So I'm level 1 at the moment. I don't have any XP. So I've got to roll a 1 or 2 on a d10 to get the quest item. We get an 8, so we don't get it. She doesn't give us the watchword. She probably chases us away with a broom or something. So that's the end of this turn. What we now do is we can move either left or right. If we are at either end location, we can only move in one direction. So I think I'm going to come here because I also need to try and get the key before I can do that one. So there's no point going there yet if I don't have to. So I'm going to move my meeple to here. Now, because this is the Nye Towers, location 3, there's no kind of encounter roll here. I've got a choice. I can either go to the marketplace and buy an item, which is no good because I don't have any money, or I can go to the Library of the Elders and try and steal the key. So level 1, I need to roll a 1 to 3 to get the key. D10, we need a 1 to 3. We get a 2! Right, so that's, again, pretty good start. So we grab the key, so I'm going to mark it on my character sheet there. So that's the first item received. So now we can get the watchword and then hopefully go and get the maiden. There's nothing else I need to do on this card. This is like a safe card, a safe location. But now we have to move again. Now I can't move directly to here unless I have the map of Enin, which is going to cost 40 gold. Don't have any gold at the moment, so yeah. But so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to come back to here and try and get this this watchword. So I'm going to travel to here, the Wood of Weir. I'm going to roll to see what kind of encounter or whatever happens to us. This time we get a 6. A 6. You are set upon by bandits. They steal 2d10 of your gold. No, they don't. I ain't got none. So they would have stolen 9 gold, which would have been a pain. Sorry, I keep moving the cards. I should have stuck them down, shouldn't I? Right, so that is gone. We now try to visit the witch again. We try and talk to her again. I need a 1 or 2. Nope. So she still doesn't want to give us... She doesn't want to give us anything, does she? Right, so now... no, I could go to here, but there's no point because I can't do the quest yet because I don't have the key or the... Well, I have the key, but I don't have the watchword. And I'd be going through an encounter. So I'm just going to go back to here. I've already got the key. I can't buy anything because I don't have any gold. So I'm just going here and passing the turn. Next turn, we come back to the wood. We roll to see what happens. Again, if your dice rolling is really bad, you'll be doing this for a long time. If it happens now that I keep going backwards and forwards, I'm just going to fast forward the video. Or edit the video. Right, 8. Rest and arise, refreshed, gain 1 hit point. Thank you very much. Don't mind that. And we want to try and get the watchword. So 1 to 2, 3. No, swine. Okay. So still, the witch really doesn't like me. Go back here, spend the turn there, don't do anything. Right, come back to here. I'm going to see what else we encounter. Another 8, another 1 hit point. Well, I mean, I'm healing up quite nicely, but I'm not getting any treasure or experience. I need to get some encounters. Okay, and we want to try and get the watchword again. Yay, that worked. Okay, so we've now got the key and the watchword. Oh, this could actually be quite a quick game. All right, so now that I have the key and the watchword, I can actually come here and attempt the quest. But of course, we have to do the top thing first. So we're going from the wood, we're moving to the Iron Hills. Now we're not going to have a safe move after this because the Night Tower's all the way over here. So we're in the Iron Hills. The Iron Hills, Goblin Stronghold. Be quick, be bold. All right, let's see what happens to us first. We got a 4. Rest and arise, refresh, gain 1 hit point. Well, I'm healing up a plenty. I'm not getting any XP or any gold though, which is a little bit of a problem. Right, let's try and rescue the maiden from the tower. Level 1. 1 to 3. Come on. Yes! Oh my word, this is going to be a quick game. Okay, we've rescued the maiden. Now we have to take to the Darkling Crags to the castle and try and get the lodestone by returning the maiden. But I've got a journey first, so I'm going to go to here, to the woods. What's going to happen? 3. Okay, we've got our first encounter. So it says here, encounter 1. So we've got 2 encounter cards, encounter 1, encounter 2. So we're looking at encounter 1. We are still level 1. So we're either going to be fighting a Banehound, a Minotaur, or a Reaver. What are we going to be finding? A 1. A Banehound. Right, a Banehound has 8 attack, damage of 1, and it's going to give me 1 XP, and I can get 1 treasure. So for combat, you basically just roll 2d10, and we're trying to get equal or higher their attack value. If we get lower, we take the damage, and we've got to try again. Now, there is an option of fleeing. At any point, you can just basically flee, in which case, if you flee, you basically just take 1 round of damage, and that's it. But you don't get any experience, you don't get any treasure, but you may survive. Okay, so we're going to be fighting this Banehound. So we're rolling 2d10. I'm not getting any bonuses from level. I'm not getting any bonuses from magic items or potions can also help. But we got no bonuses. So we've got to get an 8 or higher. We got a double 9. So yes, we smack him to pieces. We gain 1 experience. Woo! Only another 19 to go to get me to level 2. But we do get a treasure. So for the treasure, you roll a d10 on the treasure card. We get a 4. A 4. You find a few gold coins, d6. 1. We get 1. Okay, I see how this is going. I mean, I'm doing quite well in terms of achieving the quest, but it's not going to be easy. Right. So we overcome the creature, the Banehound. We get 1 experience and 1 gold. Yeah, we're rich. We can retire. I don't need to do the questing anymore because I've already done it. I've already got the watchword, so I don't need to do that. So next turn, we can move to the here. Nothing. You can't buy nothing for 1 gold. The cheapest is 10. So we spend 1 turn here, and then we're going to move to the Darkling Crags. Next turn. Right. The Darkling Crags, home to the dragons of Enin. Haughty, quick-tempered, their love of gold is only matched by their fury. Oh, I don't think I read the Wood of Weir, did I? The Wood of Weir, a place to be crossed quickly by day or night. This is a dense forest of sleeping trees and awakening evil. Ooh. Now, at some point, I am actually going to be playing those Weir games at some point. But here, we are here at the Darkling Crags. First of all, we need to see what happens. There is a chance we're going to have to face a dragon, which is going to be impossible for me, so I'm going to have to flee. But this has special rules. Flee is -2 hit points. I don't want to meet the dragon. But we're going to encounter something. Either a dragon, encounter 1, or encounter 2. So, what are we going to find as we enter the Darkling Crags? We're going to know. Oh no, we meet the dragon. Okay, well, we encounter the dragon as we enter this territory. But if I fail, I'm taking 3 damage. It's worth a lot of experience, 4d6. I get 3 treasure. I mean, if I flee, I'm going to take 2 hit points, 16. Do I feel lucky? I've got to get 8s, 9s, or 10s on both dice. I don't have anything. I'm going to flee. I'm going to flee because there's no way that I've got nothing. I've got nothing on me. And like I say, I've got to roll 8s, 9s, and 10s on both of those dice. What's the chance of that? So I'm going to flee. I'm not even going to fight the thing. I'm going to run away. I do take 2 damage. Boom, boom. So I'm back down to 7. I don't get the XP. I don't get the treasure, but I am alive. But we've overcome the encounter. We can now see whether the king is there to receive his daughter and give us the lodestone. So level 1, I'm going to roll a 1. So I mean about you need to raise your level, especially for these higher levels. Because again, for the last part of the quest, trying to get the book, again, if you're level 1, you've got to roll a 1. All right, let's see if we're lucky. So I need a 1 to get the lodestone. Nope. He says no. King says no. So we haven't got the lodestone. Nuts. Right, so we can either go over here, which again is a bit of a stupid idea because we don't need to yet, and there's encounters. But we will go back to here and spend a turn recuperating. We don't heal, but we'd use a turn here. Now we have to come back to here. Oh no, let's see what we encounter this time. A 10. Encounter 2. Okay, so we're using this card this time. We are level 1, so it's either going to be a clansman, ghoul, or a withe. What do we get? We get a 9, a withe, or with, whatever it's called. Attack of 11. Damage of D3 poison. XP is D3 and 1 treasure. Okay, so we need an 11 plus. I've got no bonuses, but I can use my luck to change the values. We need 11. Come on. Get an 8. Now I could use all 3 points of luck to succeed. But then I've got to try and find some luck from somewhere. Finding luck's not brilliant. I mean, I could try and get... Oh dear, I don't want to use all my luck on this. It's D3 poison. That's not good. Okay, I'm going to use all my luck. So I'm going to use all 3 points of luck. So I need to try and find some luck from somewhere. But yeah, 8 becomes an 11, so we succeed. We overcome this. We don't take the poison damage, but we do get D3 experience. We get a... Yep. 1 experience. if you come to this channel looking for amazing dice rolls, you're here for the wrong reason. Okay, and we've got to roll once for treasure. I want that ring of reward. Up, 2. Nope. 6 coins. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. 2. Okay. So we've now got 2 experience and 3 gold. All right. Now to see if we can get that lodestone from the king. We're level 1, so we need to roll a 1. A 2. Swine! Okay, back to the town. Now I could actually get a potion of fate at 15 gold, so we need to collect a lot more gold. But yeah, never mind. Right, back to the crags. What happens to us? A 10. Another encounter 2. A 5. A ghoul. Right, so we're up against a ghoul this time. Attack of 10, damage of 2, but not poison. Okay, so we need to get a 10 plus. Oh, what? 20. So we do that. Overcome him, we get D3 experience. Okay. Honestly, these dice do roll other things. You've seen them. You've seen the dice roll other things. And we get 1 treasure. So what treasure do we get? A 4. 4, yay! So 4, we've got 7. Yeah. So we've got 7 gold and 3 experience. Right, let's try and get that lodestone. Come on, King, please. No, King says no. Back to the night hounds. Back to the crags. Next turn. So 1 turn, next turn. And again, unless you level up, this is going to happen a lot. You're going to be going backwards and forwards. You really want to get these encounters so you can overcome the creatures, get XP, get some gold, come back to here, buy some items for you to help. What are we doing? Okay, encounter. Dragon, no. I've got no luck left either, have I? Maybe I should have rolled and then used my luck against the dragon. That might have been a better choice. Okay, so we got the dragon. I think I'm going to run away again. We're running away. So my health is now down to 5. Because if I flee, I lose 2 hit points in this case. Not the damage. It's a special case. So we've avoided the dragon. Come on, Mr. King. Please give me the lodestone. No. Back to the market. Back to the cracks. We meet a 6. Encounter 1. Okay. So it's again, I'm still level 1. So it's a Banehound, Minotaur, or Reaver. We get a 1. Now I get a 1. A Banehound again. We've got no modifiers. We get loads. We get 1 XP. So we're up to 4 XP. We get 1 treasure. 6. Ooh, D10 coins instead of D6 for this chain. Yeah. Oh, 7. That's nice. So 7 plus 7 is 14. I've got 14. Oh no, I need 15 to get the luck potion. Dang it. All right. See if we can get the king to give me the lodestone. Of course it doesn't. I just rolled the 1, didn't I? Back to the market. Now, I do have 14 gold. I could use 10 to give me +1 hit point or cure poison. I can get a potion of strength to give me a +1 attack single use. Cannot buy the same item 2 times in a row. Nah, I need that luck. I need the luck potion, I think. Right, so we're going to go back to here. What are we going to meet? No, bloomin' dragon again. There's that bloomin' dragon again. Run away. We're down to 3 hit points. I'm going to have to fight it next time, I think. I'm going to have to fight it next time. Okay, so we've fleed. We've taken the 2 damage. Come on, Mr. King. Come on, please. Give me the treasure. No, the 1 was there. Oh, back to the town. Oh, no. Do I want... I mean, if I get the potion of healing, I can get a hit point. But again, still two attempts with the dragon, I'm dead. Forget it. I want to get that luck potion, I think. Right, back to the crags. What's going to meet us this time? A 7. Encounter 1. A 4, another Bane Hound, okay. 8 plus 5 is 13. Yep, we do it. So we get 1 experience. We're now up to 5 experience. We get 1 treasure. Can I sort of shift time of these rolls? So that's what I'm going to be rolling next time. We get 3 gold coins. 1, 2, 3, so up to 17. Okay. Next time we go back to town, I can get a point of luck. Right, now it's going to see the king again. Come on, give me this bloomin' lodestone. No. Right, we're going back to town. Now, I'm going to use 15 of my gold to get a potion of fate, which is going to give me 1 luck point, but I'm losing 15 gold. So I've got 2 gold left. But I do have that 1 fate point, 1 luck point now, which could make a difference. Right, let's go back to the crags. This king, I do not like this king. I don't like that dragon. Encounter 1, 8. We're up against a Minotaur this time. Attack of 9. We get 10, yes. We overcome the Minotaur, we get 2 XP, bump, bump, we're on 7. Rolling once for treasure. We get my treasure gains are terrible. We get 5. So I'm back up to 7 treasure, okay. Come on, Mr. King. When I want ones, I don't get them. Back to town, I've got 7 gold, can't buy nothing. Back to the crags. Come on. 5. Encounter 1. A 4. Banehound. Attack of 8. I get 9. We overcome it. I get 1 XP. So up to 8 XP. Only another 11 before I get to level 2. And then I've got a 1 or 2 chance to see the king. Treasure, sorry. Bump. Get a 4 again. Oh, I'm not finding much treasure. 1. I'm not finding much treasure at all. So I get 1, so I've got 8 gold now. Come on. Come on, game. That was the encounter. King. Come on, Kingy. No, again, the 1's here. Just 1 more. Just 1 more. Okay, go back here. Still don't have enough gold. Can't do nothing. Okay, back to the crags we go. Oh, come on. Dragon again. Nuts. I'm dead. I've only got 1 point of luck. I'm going to run away, but that means I'm on 1 health. I'm on... Should I? Because the thing is, if I run away, I can still survive and carry on. At least for another turn. If I try to fight it and lose, I'm taking 3 damage, which will kill me. So I'm going to flee. I have to flee. Because I don't like the odds of me getting an 8, 9 or 10 on both of these dice. Alright, so we flee the dragon. Please, Mr. King. Mr. Kingy King, come on. Oh, he doesn't want his daughter. He doesn't want his daughter back, does he? All right, let's go back to town. I still haven't got enough money. All right, back to the crags. Come on. 6. Encounter 1. A 5. Minotaur. Attack of 9. We get 9. Excellent. 2 XP. Yay! So I'm now at 10 XP. Yay, only another 10 to go. Treasure. Oh, about bloody time. Right, we get 10. Now, I find a magic item. I can choose either the sword, Damask sword, which gives me a +2 to attack. That could be useful. Helm of Vitality, +2 hit points and poison resist. Ring of Reward with +2 luck. The Shield of Nines may re-roll D10 once during an encounter. I think I'm going to go for the sword, because that dragon... that dragon could kill me next time. So I'm going to have to get... Again, we'll use another one of our cubes. We're going to use the sword. Okay, King. Mr. Kingy King. Come on. 2. Oh, did I? Yeah, I did the treasure. It was magic item. So I've only got 8 gold, so I can't buy anything. All right, let's go back to the crags. Avoid the dragon. No, we don't. All right, this could be the end of the game. We find the dragon. Now, if I flee, I die because I've only got 1 hit point. I've got a point of luck, and I've got my sword, so I've essentially got a +3 to my attack. But I've got to get a 16 or higher. So, uh-oh, 7, 11, plus 3 is 14. I fail. I take 3 damage. I'm dead. I've got to admit, I haven't died a lot playing this. I normally succeed. It's just normally a question of what level I am when I succeed. But I have died a number of times. And it's the dragon's quite a common way of dying. So we fail the quest. Now, if I had managed to get the lodestone, then I would have put a counter here to represent that I have found the final quest item. I can then move to location 5, the Lost Wastes, do the encounter roll here, and then we can search for the Lost Book of the Ancients. Again, at level 1, it's a 1, level 2, 1 to 2, level 3, 1 to 3. And if you manage to find the book, you win the game. It's fun. It is fun. The only problem with this is something that's very common with a lot of these mini games or micro games, in that there's a limit to what you can do in the space and the items that you have as part of the game. So in this case, it's a 9-card game. I think Board Game Geek does a lot of these 9-card challenges where you have to create a game in 9 cards kind of thing. I'm not sure if this was a participant in one of those competitions, but there's only so much that you can do with sort of 9 cards. I think I covered another one of Todd's games which was quite similar in terms of having a limited number of cards. I think it was the space game, Do Not Forsake Me. Oh, my darling. Link here. But yeah, I like this for what it gives you, and in terms of the limits that it has, I think it's actually a very fun game. You have plenty of different encounters that you can find. There are a bunch of magic items that you can find. There's potions as well. The only problem with this game, and again, it's because it's a micro or mini game, is the fact that you may have occasions, like you saw just now, if your dice just does not roll nicely, where you can keep going backwards and forwards on the same location over and over again. But if your dice rolling is anywhere better than mine, you shouldn't encounter that as much. But this is a nice little game. Again, you can print it out on a sheet of A4, or you can print out these larger size cards. These were printed at 100%. But yeah, it's a nice little game to add to your collection. And like I say, if you go for the mini version, you're basically just printing out, I'll get the original, you're basically just printing out 2 sheets of A4. That's it. Get yourself some cubes, get yourself a few dice, and away you go. But I would like to see the sort of a rearrangement of the cards on the A4. Again, this isn't very high quality, but it's just to sort of illustrate that maybe just a little bit of rearrangement on this A4 sheet, and you just need to print out the sheet. Don't even need to cut them out. But yes, a very nice game by Todd Sanders once again. We will have more in the future. Of course, at number 400, number 500, of course, we will have more. But in the meantime, there are plenty of Todd Sanders games to download and enjoy for free. Again, I'll put a link down below for the Board Game Geek page for this. You can find both versions of the game. Oh, and it's version 2 you want, not version 1, yeah? Version 2. You can also find files for the box. And again, for the lower part of the box, the sort of inner part of the box, the one that goes inside, print it a bit less than 100% because it's really tight otherwise. But yes, and once again, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you very much for coming to my channel. I will try to upload more videos, try and reach that number 400 as soon as we can. So again, thank you very, very much. Number 300 is done. Until the next video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Take care. Stay safe. Cheers.